Does investing sound daunting? Does it seem like something only reserved for investment bankers and finance bros? Does the best idea for saving mean putting money away for a rainy day? Is it something you think doesn't need to be worried about right now? These are all fair questions that a college student like yourself could be asking. College is a time to have fun, focus on school, and prepare yourself for your future. But your future definitely needs financial security. The idea of money, saving, and investing can seem scary, but it doesn't have to be. Starting to invest early can be simple and will pay off later in life. I used to think investing wasn't for me, and especially not at my age. After further investigation, I found a great need for it and a piqued interest in it as well. Now I'm a finance major and find a lot of pleasure on the subject. In more specific research on the topic of investing, I found some helpful and interesting information on this idea in the book The Intelligent Investor, articles from CNBC and Bankrate.com, my business calculus textbook, and an investment calculator from the SEC website. I'd like to encourage you to start investing by informing you on the benefits of investing your money versus using a savings account, explaining the idea of compound interest, demonstrating how investing your money early can set you up for a financially comfortable future, and offering you ideas of where to begin investing. To start, we must first address why investing your money is better than simply putting it aside and saving your money. You work hard for your money. Why shouldn't your money work hard too? So why should you invest your money versus using a savings account? A savings account is the most traditional and common way to put aside and save money. In the 2022 CNBC article titled How College Students Can Start Investing and Making Money by Denise Quintanilla, it said that the average rate of return on investment for a savings account is around 0.5% annually. Investments, on the other hand, come in many different forms. CDs, bonds, and stocks are some of the most common. According to the 2022 Bankrate.com article titled Average Return on Investment, What is Good Return?, written by Greg McBride, the average annual return for CDs is around 1%, 1.6% for bonds, and 13.8% for stocks. Just from the average rates, you can see that money put in savings account makes substantially less return than money invested. So what exactly do these numbers mean, and how do they work with your money? This can be made sense of by understanding the idea of compound interest. What is compound interest? According to the textbook Calculus for Business, Economics, and Social and Life Sciences by Lawrence Hoffman and Gerald Bradley, interest paid on interest reinvested is called compound interest. Now what does that mean in layman's? Let's say you invest an initial amount. That amount makes interest at a given rate over the year, and at the end of the year, it's reinvested with the profit as well. This happens every year with a bigger reinvested amount every year, and that is compounding. So without doing anything, your money keeps making more and more. We now have the idea of what compound interest is, but how does that work with the money you invest? Using the SEC website's compound interest calculator, I will give you a likely scenario to show how investing at our age works. Let's say you're 20 years old, around the college age, and you retire at 65. That's 45 years from now. You invest $5,000 now with the average rate of return on stocks previously given of around 13%. If you don't invest any more money, after 45 years, you will have $1.2 million by the time you retire at age 65. If you did the exact same thing, but instead you also invested $50 every month, you would now retire with $2.3 million. Now let's look at what would happen if you did the exact same thing, but started investing at 35 instead of 20. With the first scenario, you would end with about $190,000, and the second, you would end with about $370,000 by the time you retire. That's substantially less. We can now see that starting to invest early can immensely help set you up for your future. Let's talk about some beginnings of how and where to invest your money. The best option for a beginning that I have done, and for someone who is looking for long-term, stable return, is a mutual fund. A mutual fund is basically a place where you give money to people that make smart and safe investments that give you continuous return and growth. In the book The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, he says this about mutual funds. They have promoted good habits of savings and investment. They have protected countless individuals against costly mistakes in the stock market. They have brought their participants income and profits with the overall returns from common stocks. This is a great beginning, but if you start finding interest like myself, you can start reading in financial news and literature, start finding interest in investing in single companies yourself later on. Although it may seem like a lot to start investing, I hope you will consider starting by the data that I've provided which is informing you on the benefits of investing your money versus a savings account, explaining the idea of compound interest, demonstrating how investing your money early can set you up for a financially comfortable future, and offering you ideas of where to begin investing. So, when you get the next paycheck, instead of putting some aside for a rainy day, try investing in your future. Time is on your side, but why not start today?